Hey, good evening. My name is Stephen Quigley. I'm from the Revere Journal. We are at the studios at Revere TV. I'm not wearing a mask because no one else is in this room except me and the camera. And so we're covering tonight the election results for the 19th Suffolk District seat that was to fill that's been held for a number of years by former Speaker of the House, Bob DeLeo. Tonight, we have 3 or 4 guests while we wait for the election results to come in. And our first guest tonight is Ward 3 Councilor Arthur Guanasso. Good evening, Arthur.
Good evening, Steve.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you very, very much for inviting me.
Now, I see on your lapel there that you have a I voted button.
I do. I wear it very proudly. I don't miss an election, and today was very important to the city of Revere to go out and vote, and I did that, and I proudly display my button.
And the question is, did you look at like the voter turnout? Did you find out, does it look like it's light or heavy or?
Well, when I went to the polls today to vote, I was very taken back by the lack of activity and participation of the Revere voters. I suspect that we will get less than maybe 7% turnout, which in my opinion is drastic. It's I can't understand on a spring day, 55 degrees, sunny, with beautiful conditions to go out and take a stroll. The people didn't take time to go out and express their views by the ballot box, and so I'm disappointed. Now I'm speaking for the location at St. Anthony's Church, which is Ward 3, and there's only 2 precincts at that particular location. So I can only speak for those because I didn't go to each and every one of the other wards, and when they were making their votes and casting their votes, I didn't understand what was going on there. But from all intents and purposes, what I've heard is the turnout is very, very light. And we're replacing an individual. Whoever succeeds in that position will have to fill humongous shoes. I mean, and that's an overstated statement. Obviously, we use it quite frequently as a big shoes to fill, but these are certainly big shoes to fill. And our state representative turned out to be the Speaker of the House and served the community of Revere for 30 years. And he did so many wonderful things for our community. And he did it in such a classy fashion. So, people should pay attention to that and try to elect someone who will do the same, and the same qualities they have. Now, everybody aspiring for the office worked very, very hard on their candidacies. They were out there holding signs. They were out there at the train stations. They were out there doing whatever they had to do, knocking on doors. They did what they had to do. And certainly I got a ton of mailers, which is it's unbelievable to get that many mailers in a special election. And to get and produce the amount of turnout that came out is very, very disappointing. And I can't say that enough. I mean, do people just come out for a certain particular person? Do they realize what's going on? And our community, is very, very voter turned in. They're very, very, they express their views quite frequently. And the best way you can express your view to elect people aspiring for office is to vote. That shows that you have an interest. So I just look forward to whoever takes the seat. The 3 gentlemen seem to be very qualified, Mr. Turco, Mr. Caruccio, and Mr. Fusillo. They seem to be wonderful people. And so we've got a wanted to light turnout. And I think more of the Revere people. I think the people have more to offer to come out and vote. So, Steve, I think that, in the years that Speaker DeLeo was in office, and he had the opportunity to ball game on Thanksgiving. Enjoy the camaraderie with them, and I've always had little side bets with the Speaker, and I have it right here in my playroom as we speak this evening. Some of the rewards of the last couple of years. So
Well, we just
I
have,
just will miss him.
well, we have some results in, early results.
Oh,
Right now, it's the combined total for Revere and Winthrop. Paul Caruccio has 191 votes. Jeff Turco has 916. Rich Fucillo has 219. So, and that's 8 out of the 50, that's half the vote in. Well, I shouldn't say that because we don't know what precincts these are, but there's 8 out of 15 precincts. And,
yeah, and you.
and
I think this is reflective, Steve. To be honest with you, this is reflective of the previous when the Democratic Party had their primary. Jeff Turco did a ton of advertising. He sent, I think, 5 or 6 mailers. They knocked on my doors 3 and 4 times. So he really went to the forefront on this. So he had a head start, per se. And it's starting to show this evening what it's like to go out there and do the work, because you bear the fruits of the victory if you do that. And he did. He went out there early and he campaigned early and hard. And he showed a great presence in Revere, and he's getting a heck of a vote from Revere. So,
yeah.
you know,
Well, he's
almost expected.
He's a former Revere resident also.
That's right.
He grew up here. Well, Arthur, I want to thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you in September as you're running for your re-election to the Ward 3 Council spot that you've held for the last 32 years. And you have a lot of accomplishments under your belt.
Thank you so much, Steve.
And thank you for your insights and your sharing memories of Speaker DeLeo, who seat we're looking to fill.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, and take it easy.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Same to you. So the next person we have, as we're waiting for the results to come in, is Winthrop Council President Phil Bonkory, who also happens to be the father of State Senator Joe Bonkory. He's coming in on Zoom, so we're waiting for him.
I think I'm here waiting to get it. Oops, brought in.
We hear you, Phil.
Yeah, I'm here. I was waiting. Okay.
There you are. Welcome, Mr. President. How are you?
We did it. I'm well, thanks, my friend Stephen. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I was wondering, Arthur Guanasso, the Ward 3 councilor, said that in a couple of the precincts that he went to, voter turnout was very light. Did you, by chance, were you able to go around to any precincts in Winthrop and how the vote is there?
I checked on 3 precincts at 6 o'clock here in Winthrop, precincts 1, 2, and 5. And the turnout was mediocre. It wasn't very, very big. There was about 1,500 people that had voted in those 3 precincts. Of course, those are pretty strong precincts. Those are precincts that Jeff Turco won pretty handily in the Democratic primary. Of course, precinct 2 being his own precinct where he lives now. As I said, between those 3 precincts, there were 1,500 voters, which is the same as what you've got posted on your board right now, 1,500.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, as I say, it's just like that's the combined total so far for Revere and Winthrop, and that's about 8 precincts out of 15. But you know, as I say, so Jeff is off to a very strong start with half the precincts in. Don't know how much of the percentage of the vote that is, but did you work with Jeff on the council?
Oh, of course I did. Jeff, I've been on the council for 15 years since it started. Jeff was the president for a term of 2 years, and we worked very closely together to get things done for Winthrop. Mm-hmm. Jeff is a product of both Revere and Winthrop, having grown up in Revere and come to Winthrop when he got married to Melissa and raised his family here. So he is a product of both communities, which I think give him a little bit of an edge in this race. Mm-hmm. As well as I think being a Democrat gave him a little bit of an edge in this race.
Right. Well, Revere and Winthrop basically share a lot of the similar issues. For instance, like COVID. And what are some of the pressing issues that you would like to work with the new state representative on?
I think we need to work with our state representative and our state senator, as you pointed out, to bring more vaccinations to Winthrop. Winthrop has been doing a very good job. Our health director, Meredith Hurley, has been doing an outstanding job bringing vaccines when she can get them to the people that are homebound. And she's run 2 clinics in Winthrop where we inoculated and vaccinated quite a few people. I think we got vaccines into over 500 arms at the 2 different vaccination sites that we did run.
But,
one for the seniors and one for people in housing.
but Winthrop was a red zone, then it's gone down to a yellow, correct?
Winthrop was a red zone for the first 15 consecutive weeks. Of course, as you know, Winthrop had the first death in the state as well. So COVID was very hot on our minds. We worked very hard to get the vaccination sites, as I said, 2 vaccination sites, but we also got one of the first testing sites in Winthrop. And we put over 20,000 people through that testing site that we had right in our Winthrop Center.
Well, it looks like we have some more results in, so we have to move on and change the screen. And I just want to thank you, Mr. President, for stopping in. And
It's my pleasure.
and we'll see what happens. And so let's try to get those results on the TV right now. So right now, Jeff is still leading almost 2-1 over the other 2 candidates' votes combined. He has about approximately 57, almost 58% of the vote. There's 14 or 15 precincts, and he's in solid position. It looks like our next, so we're waiting for 2 precincts in Winthrop, and our next guest is Councilor of Ward 4, Patrick Keefe. Is he on this? Oh, there's Patrick. Hello,
Hi,
Patrick.
Steve. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. And yourself?
Very good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming by. And, you know, obviously, this district does not go into Ward 4. But what are your, but you have been involved with trying to get McMacken Field back into play, pardon the pun.
Yeah, well,
And how are you coming along?
so, you know, just bringing that up, obviously that's in actually Ward 1, and Councilor McKenna has been a big champion of trying to take care of making sure that McMacken can be brought back to a place where kids can play. That's the intention of the field. I'm really supporting her on this. I know that it was, you know, it was mentioned because it was as you saw in the last council meeting, it was brought back up as it was which way is it going to go, stay in committee or be filed. So we chose to keep it in committee, but Councilor McKenna and myself worked with the mayor's office, really trying to get a hold of the board, the former board or the current board of the Revere Little League, McMacken, who in essence runs that field, and, you know, just try to work something out with them so that, you know, clearly it's going to cost a lot of money to repair that field and put that field into playable condition in whatever sport. But the intention should be to have kids, young adults on that field using it for recreation space.
Right.
And I don't believe that an independent board is going to be able to take care of the field the way it needs to be taken care of. There's some early estimates that it's going to cost in the millions to get it up to the par of being able to be used, mitigate the flooding, and remedy the whole situation. So the city, in essence, is offering to take that over, but we have to take ownership of the field.
Right.
And the field would only be used for recreation. So there's always that fear, well, they're going to use it for something else. No, the land has been dedicated for recreational space. It will never be used for anything else. So the city is, in essence, offering to do that, but, you know, the city's not going to negotiate and pay heavy sums of money to take on a field that they're going to have to go ahead and sinking a lot more money. Mm-hmm. But if everyone's best interest is the actual field and making it a place for kids to be able to play, then that's exactly what should happen.
Okay. Well, it looks like we have the final results in, so we're going to go to that, Councilor. Thank you for joining us. And
thanks for having me.
well, thank you, and good luck with as a former Pop Warner president and coach of many youth leagues. Obviously, you know the value of open space, good space for kids to play.
And I know it looks like you're going to be able to congratulate a winner, but there's that's exactly what's needed in this area, especially in a dense population.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good night. Okay, so it looks like we have all the results are in. So this made my job easier. I don't have to forecast it. It's Jeff Turco easily won election as the new state representative filling the 19th Suffolk, a seat held for 30 years by Representative Bob DeLeo, a local legend. We should point out that these votes are still unofficial. And Joan D'Amato, the acting town clerk in Winthrop, and Revere Election Commissioner Diane Colella and their teams will be working to make the votes official. But it looks like it's Jeff Turco is our new state rep. So I don't know if we have Jeff on the line yet, or?
Not just yet.
Okay, do we have any of the other candidates?
Not just yet.
Okay. And so we're waiting to see if we can get at least Jeff to say a few words. He ran a very visible campaign. He was out in all sorts of weather. Nothing could be worse than that March 2nd primary day where you had temperatures almost at zero. Of course, Bob Dunbar from Revere TV has forecasted that today was going to be in the 50s and sunny. So he was right on the mark. And, but unfortunately, the voter turnout was probably a little bit low, according to some of the reports that we hear. As I say, we're waiting for Jeff Turco to come back, and hopefully he'll be able to join us for a few minutes and tell us what's going on. So we're just going to leave you now with the results, and we'll see where Jeff might be. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Rich, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Congratulations on your first time out. How does it feel?
You know, it's a real learning experience. You know, I couldn't be more proud of my team.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I say, you're still, what, senior at college?
Yeah, 22 years old, so yeah.
Well, as I say, and I mean, you worked hard, and you know, you were in there, and you got across some of the points that you'd like to focus on if you were elected, and I think it's something that resonates with many younger voters. So, do you have anything to say to the people that voted for you? And
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank everybody for coming out to vote. It was a low turnout today. That was a little bit disappointing, but you know, I just also want to say congratulations to Jeff Turco on the big victory. He's got a lot of work ahead of him, and I know there's going to be a lot of people holding him accountable. But I wish him luck in everything he does. And as for moving forward, I'll definitely be running again. So this will not be the last time you see my name. So just thank you everybody again for showing up, and thank you to everybody who voted for me. This was a very important election, and the voters spoke.
well, thank you for joining us, and thank you. And as I say, we look forward to covering some more of your campaigns in the future. So take it easy, and just remember, make sure you get that college degree. You're very close.
Thank you very much. I will.
As my grandmother said, once you get it, no one can ever take it away from you. So
Absolutely. It's the only thing they can't take away from you.
right,
Your education.
take it easy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That was Rich Fusillo, who was the unenrolled candidate from Winthrop. Comes from a long line of Winthrop families. And we're waiting to talk to, we hope, Jeff Turco in a few minutes. I believe he's on his way to his, what could be called now a victory party at Casa Lucia. So we don't want to bother him while he's driving. So we'll see when we can, when he can just come in and talk to us. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back. We're waiting to get connected with Jeff Turco, the newly elected state representative for the 19th Suffolk Representative District, who will be filling the shoes of Bob DeLeo. It seems like, according to Ward 3 Councilor Arthur Guanasso and Rich Fusillo and President of the Town Council, Winthrop, the voter turnout was light, and in many cases, to the candidates who worked so hard, disappointing. However, it was an off election. But the thing is that we do have an election, a municipal election, coming up in Revere in September. And oh, there's Jeff. Congratulations, Mr. Representative. How are you?
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Come here, buddy. Get over here. You want to be on TV? Here, this is one of my biggest supporters.
One of your hardest workers. Hi, what's your name?
TJ.
That's Mateo.
Oh, hey, Mateo.
All right, guys. That's my daughter, Grace, and Mary. All right, guys, go ahead. Let me do this. Love you guys.
Well, congratulations. You ran a very aggressive campaign. You got your issues out, and it was above board. And what was nice about this campaign, there was no mudslinging by any candidate. Everyone stuck to the issues, and which is a good sign. But now the question is you're going to be sworn. The vote has to be certified by the Revere Election Commissioner and the Winthrop acting town clerk. When do you expect to be sworn in?
Frankly, I don't know the details. I've been told that the swearing in. They have to do it. They'll then send that to the Secretary of the Commonwealth. Once he certifies it, then it'll be sent to, I think, to the Speaker and then to the Governor, and they'll set it. So, but I think it'll be probably 10 to 15 days, somewhere around there is probably when the swearing in will take place.
Okay.
But this is new to me, so I could be wrong.
Now you were a legislative aide to Bill Reinstein?
I was an intern for 1 year, and then because of budget cuts, they eliminated it. He had me appointed as a House page assigned to his office for 2 years.
Okay.
And so my teen years. So that was my first experience with at the State House with the legendary Bill Reinstein.
Right. Yes, and obviously, so you know your way around there, and
Yes.
So what do you? Obviously, tonight you can sleep well. Tomorrow you can probably stay in bed till 7 o'clock. One of your sons, I know, goes to Malden Catholic, and is he off tomorrow or is he on tomorrow for school?
Today was one day, but obviously we gave him a day off. So tomorrow's a Zoom day.
Okay.
Actually, I think tomorrow's a Zoom day for him.
Right.
So.
Well, because my son is, he has to go, because they have Friday off. The goal, I think he is Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's it. They're going tomorrow. So, needless to say, with this campaign, my wife has been in charge of the scheduling for the kids a lot more than I normally would be a lot more involved with it.
Right.
But she's in now.
So I mean, I know you talked about this on the campaign trail. What would you like to see? What's you're going to try to push when you get up there? I mean, you're obviously going to learn the lay of the land, as they say. But what are some of the bills you'd like to introduce?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I talked about on the campaign, not just because they're political issues, because they're important to me, vocational education, working with the building trades unions that supported me in this race, to incorporate them to be a part of the solution to the problem of having, I think the numbers came out in the paper this week that there's 1.5 applicants for every one seat at a vocational school in the Commonwealth. We can do better at that. We can give people better opportunity, educational opportunity, job responsibility opportunities. I look forward to working with the players. Speaker Mariano just this past week talked about some of these issues in one of his set of public remarks. I look forward to sort of talking with him and trying to jump in right as a new rep and take a lead on the issue, because I think it's critical to the long-term economic viability and safety of the Commonwealth. The second part of this is the substance use disorder, and mental illness. I mean, I've talked about it a lot in the campaign. There's been so much improvement in how we address the issue in this area and in this Commonwealth. But I really look forward to taking the lead on talking about that and trying to, force people to have uncomfortable conversations about how we can do better as a community and as a Commonwealth. And so I look forward to working on those sort of issues, but also environmental issues. I mean, I'm proud of the work I did as a president of the Revere Beach Partnership, dealing with the environmental disaster that is Wheelabrator and the damage that it's done to the people of our area and our critical environmental concern. The new bill that just got signed by the governor has the environmental justice provisions that Rep. Rosalie Vincent proudly pushed and got enacted into law. And I look forward to working with my colleague Rep. Giannino and Senator Bonkory to take a public stand and say, listen, environmental justice means nothing if we allow this monstrosity and environmental destroyer to continue to function in this area with reckless abandon.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, as you say, I mean, it's just learning the lay of the land, and you're coming in with some very important issues that are on the forefront of many people. So, do you have anything? I mean, thank the voters. Do you know what the final turnout was?
I think 3,250 total voters voted. It was on 4,700 in the primary. Obviously in Revere it was quite low. In Winthrop, we had pretty good numbers. But I want to thank the people of Winthrop and Revere for their confidence. I want to thank them for their support. Whether you voted for me or whether you didn't vote for me, I pledge that I'm going to work every day to make you proud that I'm your state representative, and to let you know that I want to hear from you, whether you agree with a position I've taken or you disagree with the position I've taken. The only way that I can be an effective representative is if I get good, honest feedback from people, and I can continue to work to improve. And it is not lost on me that this is all taking place during Holy Week, the responsibility that I have, as a father, as a Catholic, as the new representative, to go out and try to use the blessings that I've been given in my life to make blessings on our community. And I look forward to really trying to do that every day.
Well, again, you ran a great campaign. I think it showed by the voter turnout, how you predominantly carried the election. It was almost 2-1. So I know you have your kids there. It's probably a little getting close to their bedtime for a couple of them. And would you like to say anything else, or are you?
No, I thank you guys very much. I really, like I said, I thank everyone for their support, and I apologize for all the annoying phone calls and text messages and door knocks, but the only way to get your message across in this day and age is to go out there and do old school politicking and asking people for their vote. And I can't thank people enough for their confidence.
Now, can I ask you just one last question? Was it a much more pleasurable day to be out today than it was a primary day?
This was much more pleasurable. It was nice to actually be able to put a suit on and stand out without an overcoat and wave to people and talk to people, and so it was a beautiful day, and thought of something nice.
Right. Well, thank you. Congratulations, and we look forward to covering you. So take it easy.
Thank all the members of the council for their support. All those that took a stand, I appreciate them. I appreciate Rep. Giannino for support, and I look forward to working with every one of them to make our communities a better place. Thanks. Have a great night.
Thank you, Representative-elect. Take it easy.
Thank you. Well.
Thank you. Well, that concludes our election coverage here at Revere TV. Unofficially, we have it that Jeffrey Turco has been elected the new state representative for the 19th Suffolk District, succeeding filling the seat that was held for almost 30 years by local legend, Bob DeLeo. And, you know, there can't be enough said about the shoes that Jeff is going to fill, in that just how Bob really brought home the meat and potatoes to his district year after year. So we wish Jeff Turco the best of luck in his, as he now will probably be sworn in, and as he says, probably in about 15, 20 days, as the new state representative for the 19th Suffolk District, representing Winthrop and parts of Revere. Thank you. Have a good night. My name is Stephen Quigley, and that's, as they say, that's all she wrote. Thank you.